Close your eyes. Imagine a great city from 2,000 years ago. The sun slowly rises over ancient Rome. Merchants open their small shops. Workers carry wood, water, and baskets of food. Horses pull heavy carts over the stone roads. The streets quickly become crowded and noisy. Rome is the center of a huge empire. It has temples, markets, public baths, theaters, and tall apartment buildings. Wealthy families live in large houses. Their walls are colorful and their gardens are quiet. However, most ordinary people live in smaller and busier places. Today, we will explore this city through the lives of two Romans. Marcus is a baker. He makes bread for the people in his neighborhood. Lucius is a young soldier. He lives far from home and serves in the Roman army. We will follow their daily lives. W.A. will enter Roman homes, walk through crowded markets, visit the public baths, and hear the great crowd inside the Colosseum. Their world is very different from ours, but their hopes are familiar. They want food, safety, friendship, and a better future for their families. Now, let us step into the dusty streets of ancient Rome. Before sunrise, he lives above a small bakery with his wife and son. The room is still dark. However, he can already hear carts moving outside. Marcus quietly goes downstairs. He lights a small oil lamp and starts the oven. The oven must become very hot before he can bake the bread. Bread is one of the most important foods in ancient Rome. Rich people often eat soft white bread. Poorer families usually buy darker bread, made from rougher flour. Marcus mixes flour, water, salt, and yeast. Then he works the dough with his hands. It is slow and tiring work. There are no modern machines to help him. Marcus shapes the dough into round loaves. He cuts lines across the top of each loaf. These lines make the bread easier to break and share. Soon, the smell of fresh bread reaches the street. The first customers begin to arrive. The straight 5 mythical quirk, weight of 10 mora. A mother buys bread for her children. A hungry boy waits quietly near the door. Marcus sees him and gives him a small broken piece of bread. The bakery is not only a place to buy food. It is also a place for news and conversation. Customers bring stories from the market and other parts of the city. Some people talk about food prices. Others talk about soldiers, politicians, and public games. By midday, Marcus is tired and covered in flour. Still, he continues working. The people of Rome need fresh bread every day. His life is simple and difficult, but Marcus is proud of his work. Every loaf helps another Roman family begin its day. Marcus walks to the market. He needs olives, cheese, and more flour for the bakery. Most ordinary Romans live in apartment buildings called insulae. These buildings are often tall and crowded. Families live together in small rooms. Most apartments do not have running water. The lower floors are safer and more expensive. The upper floors are cheaper. However, they can be hot, weak, and dangerous. Fires are common in Rome. People cook over open flames and use oil lamps during the night. One small accident can quickly destroy an entire building. Marcus is lucky. He lives on a lower floor above his bakery. Still, his home is very simple. His family owns a few beds, a wooden table, and several clay bowls. Outside, Rome is full of movement and noise. Shopkeepers call loudly to their customers. Donkeys carry heavy bags through the streets. Children move between the people and the crowd. Many Romans collect water from public fountains. They carry the water home in large jars. At the market, farmers sell vegetables, fruit, beans, and eggs. Other sellers offer fish, olive oil, cloth, tools, and spices. The market is filled with many different smells and sounds. A wealthy Roman may arrive with several servants. He may buy expensive cloth, fine meat, and spices from distant lands. A poor worker may only be able to buy bread, onions, and a little cheese. Marcus buys what he needs. On his way home, he passes a rich Roman house. The house has painted walls and a peaceful garden. Then, Marcus returns to his own crowded street. It is dirty and loud, dangerous, but it is always full of life. Marcus closes the bakery for a short break. He meets a friend, and they walk together to the public baths. Romans do not visit the baths only to wash their bodies. They also exercise, relax, talk, and meet their friends. The public baths are an important part of Roman social life. Marcus pays a small fee and enters a warm room. His tired body slowly begins to relax. People around him discuss work, food prices, family problems, and politics. Some people make business agreements inside the baths. Others simply sit and enjoy the conversation. Next, Marcus enters a hotter room filled with steam. The floor feels warm beneath his feet. Hot air moves through empty spaces below the floor. This clever system heats the room. Romans do not use modern soap. They may rub oil onto their skin. Then, they remove the oil and dirt with a curved metal tool. After the hot room, Marcus steps into a cold pool. The water shocks him for a moment, but soon he feels fresh and awake. Some Roman bath buildings are simple. Others have large halls, gardens, statues, libraries, and places for exercise. Rich and ordinary Romans may use the same bath building. However, they do not always visit at the same time. Marcus has no private bathroom at home. For him, the public baths are very useful. Before leaving, he sits with his friend. They talk about a new public show at the Colosseum. The baths show that Romans value more than hard work. They also value comfort, conversation, and time with other people. Lucius wakes inside a military camp. He is young, strong, and disciplined. He has served in the Roman army for several years. His day begins early. He checks his helmet, shield, sword, and other equipment. Everything must be clean and ready to use. On long marches, he also carries food, tools, and other supplies. The load is heavy. Roman soldiers sometimes walk many kilometers in one day. Training is hard and tiring. The soldiers practice walking in formation. They learn to move together and follow orders quickly. They throw training spears and practice with wooden weapons. Discipline helps the Roman army succeed. Every soldier has a clear place and duty. One careless man can put the whole group in danger. Lucius does not spend every day fighting. Much of his time is used for marching, guarding, cleaning equipment, and building. Roman soldiers repair roads and build walls, bridges, and military camps. They are soldiers, but they are also skilled workers. 80 midday. Lucius eats a simple meal. It may include bread, grain porridge, beans, cheese, or dried meat. The food must be easy to carry and store. Army life gives Lucius regular pay. After many years of service, he may receive money or land. But the work is difficult. A soldier can be sent far away from his family. At night, the soldiers repair their clothes and equipment. They tell stories and joke together. Their friendship makes life in the camp easier. Lucius is proud to serve Rome. However, he still dreams about returning home, a small shop, and live near his family. For now, he follows his orders. Tomorrow, he must prepare for another long march. Depends greatly on a person's wealth. Ordinary Romans eat bread, olives, beans, onions, cheese, fruit, and grain porridge. These foods are simple but important. They give workers the energy they need for the day. Meat is expensive. For this reason, poorer families do not eat it very often. Fish is more common in some parts of the empire. Romans also use a strong fish sauce called garum. They add it to many dishes for extra flavor. Wealthy Romans can enjoy long dinners with several courses. Their tables may include meat, seafood, sweet fruit, and expensive spices. Some of these spices come from distant parts of the world. Romans also love public entertainment. The Colosseum is one of the most famous places in the city. Thousands of people can gather inside it. The crowd becomes loud and excited when a show begins. Chariot races are also extremely popular. Teams race around a large track at great speed. Anticanzi support some fans even argue about their favorite team. Romans also visit theaters. They watch comedies, dramas, music, and other performances. Street performers entertain people in public squares. Public entertainment gives ordinary Romans a break from hard work. Many events are free or inexpensive. This means that poorer citizens can also attend. Marcus sometimes visits a show with his young son. The boy loves the noise, the music, and the enormous crowd. For a few hours, Marcus forgets the heat of the bakery. He also forgets the rising price of flour. He becomes one person among thousands, shares the same excitement. Entertainment also helps Roman leaders keep the population calm and satisfied. All over Rome, Marcus closes the bakery and carries the last loaf upstairs. His family eats bread, olives, cheese, and vegetables. They sit close together and talk about the day. Their life is difficult. However, they have food, work, and each other. Outside, the city can be dangerous at night. Fires can spread quickly between the crowded buildings. The water is not always clean. Crime and disease are also common. Roman doctors understand little about many illnesses. Even a small sickness can become serious. Still, Rome has many impressive systems. It has roads, markets, public fountains, baths, and aqueducts. Aqueducts carry water from distant places into the city. These systems help a very large population live together. Far away, Lucius looks at the night sky above the military camp. He eats beside the other soldiers. He eats. He thinks about his home and family. Marcus and Lucius live very different lives, but both men depend on hard work, discipline, family, and community. Ancient Romans rise early. They bake bread, carry water, sell food, repair roads, raise children, and protect the empire. They also enjoy warm baths, music, games, friendship, and family meals. 2,000 years separate their world from ours. But their basic hopes are still familiar. They want safety and enough food. They want respect, rest, and a better life for their children. When we think of ancient Rome, we often imagine emperors, temples, and great armies. But ordinary people built the city and kept it alive. Marcus's hands make the bread, walk the long Roman roads. Their daily work supports the Roman world. One by one, the oil lamps go dark. The crowded streets slowly become quiet. Tomorrow, Marcus will light the oven again. Lucius will prepare for another march, and ancient Rome will wake once more.